Have you ever felt a creeping sense of unease as the years tick by, wondering if your best days are behind you, or if you're truly prepared for what lies ahead? Perhaps you've caught yourself reflecting on choices made, or not made, and a quiet whisper of what if echoes in the background. It's a universal sentiment, isn't it? This feeling that life, in its relentless forward march, demands a certain wisdom, a unique set of strategies to navigate its later chapters with grace, joy, and profound purpose. For women over 60, this isn't merely about physical aging. It's about a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and the deliberate cultivation of a life that truly flourishes. We often observe women who seem to glide through these years with an undeniable radiance, a quiet strength, and a vibrant engagement with the world. What is their secret? What precisely do these smart women do differently to not just cope with aging, but to truly master it? Before we dive deep into the 7 transformative habits that set these women apart, if you're looking for a community dedicated to embracing every stage of life with wisdom, joy, and practical strategies, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now on Aging Gracefully 60. We're here to guide you through the journey of aging, not just gracefully, but powerfully. One of the most profound and often unspoken challenges that women over 60 face is the gradual, sometimes abrupt, erosion of their established identity and sense of purpose. For decades, many women have defined themselves through their careers, their roles as mothers or wives, their social networks, or their active engagement in community life. Then, retirement arrives, children are grown and gone, spouses may pass away or relationships shift, and perhaps physical limitations begin to subtly alter daily routines. This can leave a gaping void, a disorienting sensation of no longer knowing who they are outside of these formerly defining roles. The once clear pathways of purpose become overgrown, leading to feelings of aimlessness, a diminished sense of self-worth, and a pervasive feeling that their most significant contributions are behind them. It's not just a change in circumstances. It's an internal upheaval, a loss of the very narrative that has shaped their adult lives. The question, "Who am I now?" can become a source of quiet anxiety, even despair, as the rich tapestry of their past seems to unravel, leaving them searching for new threads to weave into a meaningful present. This isn't merely a philosophical dilemma. It manifests as a lack of motivation, a reluctance to engage, and a quiet sense of stagnation that can deeply impact overall well-being. Smart women over 60 actively and intentionally engage in the powerful process of redefining their identity and purpose. This isn't about finding a new job in retirement. It's about a deeper exploration of their intrinsic values, passions, and emerging curiosities. A highly effective strategy is to embark on a structured journey of self-reflection and exploration, often beginning with an inventory of lifelong interests, neglected hobbies, and skills that were perhaps put on hold due to family or career demands. Think about how this might apply to your own life. What did you love to do before life got in the way? This process might involve journaling, engaging in conversations with trusted friends or mentors, or even working with a life coach specializing in later life transitions. The next crucial step is to actively experiment with new roles and activities that resonate with these rediscovered aspects of self. This could mean taking up painting, joining a community theater group, volunteering for a cause they deeply believe in, enrolling in online courses to learn a new language or skill, or even starting a small passion-driven business. The key is to shift from a passive acceptance of their new normal to an active creation of it. They understand that purpose isn't found. It's forged through engagement and contribution, regardless of scale. Furthermore, they cultivate a mindset of lifelong learning and growth, recognizing that wisdom isn't static but evolves with new experiences. They embrace the idea that this chapter of life offers unprecedented freedom to pursue personal fulfillment on their own terms, free from many of the external pressures of earlier decades. Imagine the difference this could make. Moving from a feeling of being adrift to one of profound intentionality and vibrant self-authorship. As women move into their 60s and beyond, the landscape of their lives inevitably becomes marked by increasing experiences of loss and significant change. This isn't just about the profound grief of losing a spouse, family members, or dear friends. It extends to the myriad smaller, yet cumulatively impactful losses. It can be the loss of physical agility and independence, the diminishing of once sharp cognitive faculties, the departure of children to distant cities, the sale of a beloved family home, or even the fading of a once vibrant social circle. Each of these changes, whether a major life event or a subtle shift, can trigger a cascade of emotions. Sadness, anxiety, fear, loneliness, and even a sense of being overwhelmed. The cumulative effect of these losses, often occurring in relatively quick succession, can be emotionally taxing, threatening to chip away at one's sense of peace and stability. It's a reality many of us face, isn't it? The challenge lies in processing this grief and adapting to new realities without succumbing to a pervasive sense of hopelessness or becoming emotionally shut down. The unspoken fear is often that the wellspring of joy will eventually run dry, leaving only a residue of sorrow and adaptation. Smart women over 60 demonstrate an exceptional capacity for cultivating emotional resilience, actively building the inner strength to navigate life's inevitable losses and changes without being completely derailed. This isn't about avoiding grief or pretending that difficulties don't exist. It's about developing healthy coping mechanisms and fostering an adaptable mindset. One critical strategy they employ is allowing themselves to fully experience and process their emotions, rather than suppressing them. This might involve openly discussing their feelings with trusted confidants, engaging in grief counseling or support groups, or expressing themselves through creative outlets like writing or art. Doesn't that resonate with you? The idea of truly feeling rather than bottling up. Simultaneously, they practice self-compassion, recognizing that vulnerability is not a weakness but a fundamental aspect of the human experience. They understand that healing is not linear and that there will be good days and bad days. Crucially, they proactively build a robust emotional support system, actively seeking out and nurturing relationships with friends, family, or even professional therapists who can offer empathy and understanding. They also engage in practices that promote emotional well-being, such as mindfulness meditation, spending time in nature, or engaging in activities that bring them genuine joy, no matter how small. These practices serve as anchors during turbulent times, helping to regulate emotions and foster a sense of inner calm. Furthermore, they cultivate a perspective that views change not just as loss, but also as an opportunity for growth and new beginnings. They learn to identify the lessons embedded within adversity and consciously choose to focus on what remains, rather than solely on what has been lost. It's a simple truth, isn't it? This proactive approach to emotional well-being allows them to weather life's storms with grace and emerge stronger, maintaining their capacity for joy and connection despite hardship. The topic of finances can often be a source of significant anxiety for women over 60, perhaps even more so than for men of the same age. Many women, especially those of previous generations, may have had less direct involvement in long-term financial planning, relying instead on a spouse or family member. Widowhood can abruptly thrust them into managing complex financial affairs they are unprepared for. Even for women who have had independent careers, navigating retirement savings, pension plans, social security intricacies, healthcare costs, and potential long-term care expenses can feel overwhelming. The fear of outliving their savings, of becoming a financial burden on their children, or of losing their independence due to inadequate funds is a pervasive and legitimate concern. Economic shifts, inflation, and unexpected medical crises can quickly erode even well-laid plans. This financial insecurity isn't just about numbers. It impacts their freedom, their choices, and their overall peace of mind, often leading to chronic stress and a feeling of being perpetually vulnerable. Perhaps you've felt this too. The quiet worry about the future of your financial well-being. Smart women over 60 take a proactive and empowered approach to their financial independence and security, recognizing that it is a cornerstone of their autonomy and peace of mind. Their strategy is multifaceted and begins with rigorous financial education. They actively seek to understand their current financial situation, meticulously reviewing all assets, liabilities, income streams, and expenses. This often involves consulting with trusted financial advisors who specialize in retirement planning and can offer unbiased guidance. They ask questions, educate themselves on investment options, and understand the nuances of their retirement benefits and healthcare coverage, including Medicare and long-term care insurance. Beyond understanding, they actively engage in strategic planning. This might include creating a detailed budget, optimizing their investments for stable income and growth, and making informed decisions about housing, such as downsizing or considering reverse mortgages only after thorough research. They also anticipate future needs like potential healthcare costs and plan for them, rather than reacting when a crisis hits. Another crucial aspect is diversification. Not just of investments, but of potential income sources, even in retirement. Some smart women explore part-time work, consulting, or monetizing a long-held hobby to supplement their income and maintain a sense of engagement. Furthermore, they are diligent about estate planning, ensuring their wills, trusts, and power of attorney documents are up to date and reflect their wishes, thereby alleviating future burdens on their families. They understand that financial security isn't a one-time achievement but an ongoing process of monitoring, adjusting, and educating themselves. This comprehensive approach allows them to live with greater confidence and make choices that truly align with their desires for their later years. While managing chronic conditions and addressing new health concerns is undeniably a part of aging, a significant pain point for many women over 60 is the tendency to shift their focus almost entirely to reactive illness management rather than proactive health optimization. The narrative often becomes centered around doctor's appointments, medication schedules, and treating symptoms, rather than cultivating a holistic approach to well-being. This can lead to a sense of disempowerment, where health feels like something that happens to them, rather than something they actively influence. Furthermore, the sheer volume of conflicting health information, coupled with societal pressures and ingrained habits, can make it challenging to discern truly beneficial practices from fleeting fads. Many women may struggle with maintaining consistent exercise routines due to joint pain or lack of motivation, adopting genuinely nourishing dietary habits in the face of lifelong preferences, or prioritizing mental and emotional health alongside physical ailments. This can result in a suboptimal quality of life, diminished energy levels, and a pervasive feeling that their physical decline is inevitable and largely out of their control. It's a reality many of us face. The struggle to prioritize proactive health amidst the demands of life and the changing needs of our bodies. Smart women over 60 redefine their relationship with health, moving beyond mere illness management to a comprehensive and proactive embrace of well-being. They understand that true health encompasses physical vitality, mental acuity, emotional balance, and even spiritual nourishment. One key strategy is prioritizing personalized, consistent preventative care. This involves not just annual checkups, but also regular screenings, vaccinations, and open communication with their healthcare providers to co-create a health plan tailored to their specific needs and goals. They don't just passively receive medical advice. They actively participate in their health decisions. Think about how this might apply to your own life. Are you truly partnering with your doctors? Beyond the medical, they commit to consistent physical activity, recognizing that exercise is not a luxury but a fundamental necessity for maintaining mobility, strength, and cognitive function. This might mean adapting routines to suit changing physical capabilities, switching from running to walking, practicing yoga or Pilates for flexibility and balance, or engaging in water aerobics. The focus is on movement that brings joy and sustains energy, rather than pushing to extremes. Simultaneously, they prioritize nourishing their bodies with whole, unprocessed foods, understanding the profound connection between diet and overall health. This isn't about restrictive dieting, but about mindful eating that supports energy levels, reduces inflammation, and promotes longevity. Furthermore, they consciously cultivate practices that support mental and emotional well-being, such as daily meditation, engaging in brain-stimulating activities like learning new skills or puzzles, fostering strong social connections, and ensuring adequate restorative sleep. They view sleep as a non-negotiable pillar of health. They also embrace self-care as a vital component of their routine, whether it's spending time in nature, pursuing creative hobbies, or simply setting aside time for quiet reflection. This holistic, proactive approach empowers them to maintain a vibrant quality of life, not just extending their years, but enriching them with sustained vitality and a profound sense of well-being. Imagine the difference this could make. Feeling empowered and energetic, rather than constrained by physical limitations. A subtle yet significant challenge many women over 60 encounter is the potential for intellectual stagnation once formal education or career-driven learning ceases. Without the external demands of work or traditional schooling, there's a risk of falling into routine, consuming passive entertainment, and allowing curiosity to wane. This isn't necessarily a conscious choice. It can simply be the natural outcome of a life stage where external pressures to learn diminish. However, disengagement from intellectual pursuits can have serious implications, contributing to cognitive decline, a reduced sense of purpose, and a feeling of being disconnected from the evolving world. The brain, like a muscle, thrives on continuous exercise. Without new challenges and information, it can lose its sharpness, affecting memory, problem-solving abilities, and overall mental agility. Furthermore, the lack of new intellectual stimulation can lead to a diminished zest for life, as the excitement of discovery and the joy of expanding one's understanding begin to fade. It's a reality many of us face: the tendency to become comfortable and less adventurous in our intellectual pursuits. Smart women over 60 distinguish themselves by actively cultivating a lifelong commitment to continuous learning and intellectual growth. They understand that the brain is designed for lifelong plasticity, and that engaging in new challenges is paramount for maintaining cognitive vitality and a vibrant spirit. One highly effective strategy they employ is pursuing formal or informal education. This could mean enrolling in college courses. Many universities offer discounted or free tuition for seniors, participating in online learning platforms like Coursera or edX, joining local adult education classes, or attending lectures and workshops on subjects that pique their interest. The key is intentional engagement with new knowledge. Think about how this might apply to your own life. What subject have you always wanted to explore? Beyond structured learning, they actively seek out intellectually stimulating activities in their daily lives. This might involve diving into complex non-fiction books, engaging in spirited debates with friends, learning a new language, mastering a musical instrument, taking up a new craft that requires intricate problem-solving, or even regularly tackling challenging puzzles like Sudoku or crosswords. They leverage technology not just for communication, but also as a tool for exploration. Listening to educational podcasts, watching documentaries, and exploring new digital skills. Furthermore, they remain curious about the world around them, actively seeking to understand current events, scientific discoveries, and cultural shifts. They ask questions, remain open to new perspectives, and challenge their own preconceived notions. This isn't about accumulating facts for the sake of it. It's about fostering a dynamic and engaged mind that remains agile, adaptable, and perpetually fascinated by the richness of life. Imagine the difference this could make. Feeling sharper, more engaged, and perpetually fascinated by the world. One of the most insidious challenges women over 60 often grapple with is the natural human tendency to resist change and cling to familiar routines and ways of thinking. As we age, comfort in established patterns can become deeply ingrained, and the prospect of adapting to new technologies, evolving social norms, or unexpected life circumstances can feel daunting, even threatening. This resistance to change can manifest as rigid thinking, a reluctance to try new things, a tendency to dismiss new ideas, or a general feeling of being stuck in the past. When faced with situations that demand flexibility, like learning a new digital skill to stay connected with family, adjusting to a new living situation, or navigating unforeseen health challenges, this rigidity can lead to increased stress, frustration, and a diminished capacity to problem-solve effectively. It can also create a sense of isolation, as the world continues to evolve around them while they remain anchored in what was. It's a reality many of us face: the comfort of the known versus the uncertainty of the new. Smart women over 60 cultivate a profound sense of adaptability and embrace a true growth mindset, viewing challenges not as insurmountable obstacles but as opportunities for learning and evolution. They understand that life is a continuous process of change, and that their ability to flex and adjust is paramount for sustained well-being and happiness. One key strategy they employ is consciously challenging their own assumptions and biases. They actively seek out diverse perspectives, engage in open-minded conversations, and are willing to reevaluate their beliefs in light of new information. Doesn't that resonate with you? The idea of truly opening your mind. Furthermore, they approach new situations with a sense of curiosity and a willingness to learn, rather than immediate judgment or fear. This might involve taking a class to learn how to use a smartphone or tablet more effectively, embracing online banking, or exploring new modes of transportation. They understand that initial awkwardness or difficulty is a natural part of the learning process and are not deterred by it. They also practice resilience by reframing setbacks as valuable learning experiences. Instead of dwelling on mistakes or disappointments, they extract the lessons and apply them to future situations, demonstrating remarkable tenacity. This proactive approach to adaptability extends to their personal lives as well. They are open to new friendships, new hobbies, and even new travel experiences, stepping outside their comfort zones to embrace the richness of what life still has to offer. They recognize that remaining flexible and curious keeps them relevant, engaged, and perpetually young at heart, preventing the rigidity that can often accompany aging. It's a simple truth, isn't it? This powerful combination of adaptability and a growth mindset allows them to navigate the ever-changing landscape of later life with confidence, grace, and an unwavering sense of optimism. One of the most insidious challenges many of us encounter as we age is the subtle, yet profound creep of social isolation. It's not always about being physically alone. Sometimes it's the feeling of disconnect even when surrounded by others. The loss of a spouse, the relocation of children, the dwindling of social circles as friends move away or pass on. These are all realities that can leave us feeling adrift, unmoored from the vibrant connections that once defined our lives. This isn't merely a matter of missing social outings. Prolonged isolation can have serious implications for both our mental and physical health, leading to increased risks of depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, and even a weakened immune system. The silence in the home can become deafening, the lack of shared laughter profoundly painful, and the absence of regular, meaningful interaction can erode our sense of purpose and belonging. The emotional toll of loneliness, even when surrounded by others, can be immense, leading to a diminished quality of life and a pervasive sense of disconnect. Smart women over 60 understand the paramount importance of nurturing meaningful relationships and actively engaging with their communities, recognizing that robust social connections are a cornerstone of well-being and longevity. The antidote to this pervasive loneliness often lies in intentional re-engagement and the cultivation of new connections. One highly effective strategy is to actively seek out community groups and organizations that align with their interests. This could be anything from joining a local book club, a walking group, a volunteer organization, a gardening club, or even enrolling in adult education classes at a community college focused on shared passions like history or art. The key is to find environments where shared passions naturally foster connection and where consistent interaction is possible. Furthermore, leveraging technology can be incredibly powerful. Platforms like Zoom or FaceTime allow for regular video calls with distant family and friends, bridging geographical gaps and maintaining vital familial bonds. Consider also exploring online communities specifically designed for seniors, where shared experiences and common interests can lead to genuine friendships and supportive networks. Another vital step is to proactively reach out to existing acquaintances, inviting them for coffee, a walk, a simple phone call, or even a shared meal. It often takes the first move to reignite dormant connections, demonstrating warmth and openness. They also actively seek opportunities for intergenerational connection, understanding the mutual benefits of interacting with younger people, gaining new perspectives and imparting wisdom. This might involve mentoring programs, volunteering at schools, or simply engaging with younger family members. Remember, building a robust social network is an ongoing process, requiring consistent effort, an open heart, and a willingness to be vulnerable. But the profound benefits to your well-being, sense of belonging, and overall happiness are immeasurable. Imagine the difference this could make. Feeling deeply connected, supported, and truly part of a vibrant community. As we've explored today, aging isn't just a challenge. It's an invitation to cultivate resilience, embrace new possibilities, and truly live life to its fullest. By understanding the common pitfalls and proactively applying these solutions, redefining purpose, cultivating emotional resilience, mastering finances, prioritizing holistic health, fostering continuous learning, embracing adaptability, and nurturing meaningful connections, We empower ourselves to navigate the later stages of life with confidence and joy. These are not merely suggestions. They are powerful strategies employed by smart women who are not just aging gracefully, but powerfully, creating a life that is rich, meaningful, and deeply satisfying. The journey is continuous and filled with opportunities for growth, discovery, and profound fulfillment. If this discussion resonated with you, and you're ready to embrace aging as an adventure rather than an endpoint, then please take a moment to subscribe to Aging Gracefully 60. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content designed specifically for you. Hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and share it with anyone you know who could benefit from these insights. And as always, remember to leave your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your perspective enriches our entire community. Together, we can redefine what it means to age gracefully.